Projective Geometry, Volume 1, by Oswald, Veblen, and John Wesley Young.
Chapter 7, Coordinate Systems in 2- and 3-Dimensional Forms. Section 61, Simultaneous Point and Line Coordinates. In developing further our analytic methods, we must agree upon a convenient relation between the axis and centers of the point and line coordinates respectively. Let us consider any triangle in the plane, say with vertices O, U, V, and let the lines OU and OV be the y and the x-axis respectively. And in establishing the scales on these axes, let the points U, V be the points infinity y, infinity x, respectively, figure 80. Further, let the points U, V be the U center and the V center, respectively. And in establishing the scales on these centers, let the lines UO, VO be the lines infinity U, infinity V, respectively. The scales are now established except for the choice of the 1 points or lines in each scale. Let us choose arbitrarily a point 1x on the x-axis and a point 1y on the y-axis, distinct of course from the points O, U, V. The scales on the axis now being determined, we determine the scales on the centers as follows. Let the line on U and the point -1x on the x-axis be the line 1U, and let the line on V and the point -1y on the y-axis be the line 1V. All the scales are now fixed. Let pi be the projectivity, section 59, chapter 6, between the points of the x-axis and the lines of the U center, in which points and lines correspond when their x and u coordinates respectively are the same. If pi prime is the perspectivity in which every line on the U center corresponds to the point in which it meets the x-axis, the product pi prime pi transforms the x-axis into itself and interchanges O and infinity x and 1x and -1x. Hence, pi prime pi is the involution x prime equal to -1 divided by x. Hence it follows that the line on U, whose coordinate is u, is on the point of the x-axis whose coordinate is -1 divided by u, and the point on the x-axis whose coordinate is x is on the line of the U center whose coordinate is -1 divided by x. This is the relation between the scales on the x-axis and the U center. Similar considerations with reference to the y-axis and the V center lead to the corresponding result in this case. The line on V, whose coordinate is V, is on that point of the y-axis whose coordinate is -1 divided by V, and the point of the y-axis whose coordinate is y is on the line of the V center whose coordinate is -1 divided by y.
Projective Geometry, Volume 1. This book was written by Oswald, Veblen, and John Wesley Young. It was published by Blaisdell Publishing Company, London, 1910, and is now in the public domain. It is read by Jim Renholt, with programming and illustration by Jim Renholt, 2019. Thank you for listening.